If you're an SDR, BDR, or AE, in this video, I'm going to share with you how to book one extra meeting every single week using LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is a very powerful way to generate leads and to make money and to book calls. But from my experience working in SaaS sales for 7 years as a BDR and as an AE, I think it's one of those areas where a lot of sales reps know it's important, even sales leaders know it's important, but it's never really known how to really master it. So this video, I want to share with you just how to get one extra meeting per week. And even if you're thinking like, what's the point of getting one extra meeting per week? But I ask you this, if you're a BDR, imagine you have 4 more high quality meetings per month in your calendar. And if 2 of them go to SEO, that's 2 more SEOs, right? Either get you the quota or hit some accelerators. If you're an AE, just imagine if you book 1 more meeting per week, times 4 times a quarter is 12. If your close rate is 3%, that's 3 new deals coming in from a simple workflow. So I hope you stick around to the very end because you're really going to learn a lot here. So basically, the first thing you need to do in order to make this work is you need to have Sales Navigator. Now, Sales Navigator, either your company has Sales Navigator, great. If it doesn't have Sales Navigator, my suggestion is you invest in it. At the very least, you can start with a free trial. I'm not quite sure exactly how much it is, but I know for certain they give you 30 days to try it out. And after that, I think it's like $99 a month USD. I could be wrong, but trust me, just try for free for 30 days. Follow my videos, which I post every twice a week, and just follow the plays. And I guarantee you, by the end of the month, you're going to see the ROI. And then from that point, get a couple of deals, get a couple of SEOs, and then that should pay for itself to move forward and start using Sales Navigator every single month. So let's go into it. The first thing to do is I'm going to imagine that, say you are somebody that has been given a book of business, like a bunch of accounts to work with. So first thing to do is come in here and say, current company, you're prospecting into your accounts. Current company, you're going to say, my accounts include. So that's going to filter all the people on LinkedIn that's under your account. So the second thing you want to do is go into the job title. So there's multiple ways you can get this job titles, the people you go into. So I'm going to assume for simple sake, say you're selling to VPs of sales in the sales, some sort of sales leader. So you can put in here a Boolean search, quote, VP of sales, quote, or it could be head of sales, quote, or. So every time you put quote, that makes sure that the only thing that should be in that person's title has to be VP of sales. So VP of sales here must be VP of sales here. Now, if you don't put the quotes, and just leave it as VP of sales, it will search the whole entire LinkedIn, their whole entire LinkedIn profile. So even though there might be a CRO now, if they're a VP of sales 10 years ago, it'll pull it up. So if you want the most accurate search for job titles, it's always quotes or head of sales, or it could be, it could be director of sales. Oops. Or it could be a CRO. Let's see a CRO. And you can enter. So now we have all the leaders, the decision makers that we're looking for. So you have right here your book of accounts. You have here the type of title. Now, here's the third part. Here's the part that really changes everything, is that you're going to focus on VP of sales, head of sales, who their current role are under 1 year. Why is that powerful? This is powerful because when you're selling any kind of software, any kind of service, more often than not, from my experience in 7 years of sales, is that leaders, when they go into a new role, they want to make a splash. They want to make a change, and they're open to trying anything new or adopting new software or services or products that's going to make them look good and pull results. Usually they start with a bit of budget too. So definitely they want to make a splash, and that's why they're the best people to contact. A lot of times, also, they've gone from one company to the other company, and they might have gone to a company with a lot of software, a lot of tools, a lot of resources. Now they're coming to a new company that has less resources, and they're kind of like, oh man, like you know what? I mean, I have all those tools that I wanted back at so and so company. That's why when you reach out to them and you frame the conversation in the sense of like, hey, Mark, or say I go to Bill. Bill's been here for 7 months, right? So I go, hey, Bill, you know what? Listen, I understand that you're a new CRO at so and so company, and you go into, from my experience, a lot of people jump into a new sales role or new leadership role like that. They want to make sure that they're making their best foot forward, or maybe they can say, maybe you can say, sometimes you hear in a situation that you want to make a massive change, and usually bringing in new software, new services, new something helps that leader, that person, make that splash. So that alone, if you just did that, that's enough. So now, there's other ways to reach out to this person. That's not for the scope of this video. Look on my channel. There'll be other videos that walks you how to do voice notes, video notes, and stuff like that. But as for today, I want this simple filter to respond to. Because what I've found is that you can have all the tactics in the world, all the best messaging in the world. But I've found that when it comes to prospecting, especially outbound prospecting, the 80-20 of that, like you should spend 80% of your time, or the 20% that makes the difference, is contacting the right person for the right reason. So, A, you're going to have your book of business, the title, the person, and under a year. Now, you can go deeper too, right? As far as industry, if your company tends to sell well to certain industries, like maybe it's finance or software, that's going to be the source even better, right? But as a whole, that's what you want to have, right? You want to have your book of business, the title, under a year. Now, if you want to get even more granular and more hyper targeted, there's some other ways to do that. This is optional. It's not necessary, but it's optional. The reason why I say it's optional because it depends on the size of your territory. Right here, you see now I only have 25 people based on that filter. So let's assume that's not enough to show you the example I want to show you, but let's assume that you're not defined by a book of business, okay? So you're good. Let's assume that you're defined by a territory. So say the territory you're having, um, location of the company, where is the headquarters? Say it's California. How's that? Cool. All right. So say your bucket was, so now you're tasked to prospect to companies in California, VPs of sales. Now you get that one trigger. Now you can go in deeper. Now what we can do is also filter in people that might like follow your company. This is huge. So you click on that. There's only 3 here, but if you click on that, that's going to filter down to the people that are living in California, VPs of sales, under 1 year, and follow your company. This is a really cool tool because this means that they have interest in your company on some level. It's a great warm introduction when you reach out to them to a voicemail and say, hey, Richard, or hey, Cynthia, I noticed that you followed my X company. Curious to know if that means this, or just want to keep tabs on the industry. It's a great way to connect. Also, a great way is another filter is post it on LinkedIn. Now it says here that this filter allows you to show people who have posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. If I click on that, that's going to make the pool smaller, but also more, how to put it? It's a warmer lead because they've posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. I mean, they're active on, they're active on LinkedIn. See, Lauren's active on LinkedIn. I know this. Ken, he's posted twice. He's active means he goes in there probably every single day. To oppose if I click on here, I might send a connection request to Tyler. He might respond. He might not respond back to me. It might be weeks. It might be a month by the time he responds back to me. So that's not a filter that would help. But like I said, to keep it simple, the 3 things all you need is your territory or your book of business, the title, and under a year, which is the key, under a year. And that's it. If you follow that and prospect every single day, as far as sending out 20 to 30 connection requests to these people, you will get responses and it will lead to book meetings and obviously deals, SEOs, whatever you measure by. That's it. If you want more help on LinkedIn social selling, if you're a sales rep, click the link below. And the link below has some links that'll help you out. If you want to connect with me more for more help. And keep on watching my videos. I post twice a week on LinkedIn social selling for B2B sales reps and sales teams. So I'm making more content around this. That's it. Hope this helps you. Stay blessed, and thanks for watching.